So, which car is the best? The first thing you need to know is that all cars have the same engine, power, strength, or whatever you want to call it. Which means in theory a stock H6 should be as fast, if not faster, than the most expensive car stock. In this clip we see exactly that. The biggest factor and difference between cars is weight. If a car is heavier, it will be more controllable, but acceleration won't be as good as a lighter car. The first car I bought was a Civic, and it's really light, small and nimble. I spent a good few hours grinding this car to max tune and I was really happy with it. Next I bought a new Supra and I was really sad. It felt very sluggish and it was like I was driving some sort of rock.
It's not just a boulder! It's a rock! A rock! A rock!
So how do you know if a car is heavy? Well, if it looks heavy, it probably is heavy. I would like to think there are like 5 tiers of cars. The God tier cars, A tier, B tier, C tier and shit tier cars. I have tested every car with max tune and max suspension and I'll go over them all so you know what to expect from each car. First off, the starter car AE86. This one really isn't that bad, but it becomes really unstable and likes to flip over. I'm putting the AE86 as a B tier because it's still nice and light and it's pretty good for a starter car. Next up we have the MX-5. This one seems more stable and better than the 86, but hits the floor when you brake, which causes you to lose more speed than you want. Overall it's still a nice car and put it in the A tier. The Lada is next. It's pretty much just a Russian 86. It's slightly heavier but doesn't seem to flip. In B tier it goes. The tuned A6 is next, and it's pretty much just a Japanese Lada. About the same weight but also pretty stable. It lives next to its brother in the B tier. Next we have the Civic. Feels as light as the 86 but it's actually really stable. It used to be a God tier car, but it feels like they made the car heavier a few updates ago, and that's why it now goes into the A tier. The R31 is a car a lot of people seem to like, but I think it's a bit overrated. I tested this one out a lot just to be sure, but this car feels very similar to the Civic. The only problem I have with it is that it's a bit long, which makes a difference in stability and in not hitting walls. Therefore I feel like it's more a B tier car. Next is the MR2. In my opinion this is the best car in the game at the moment. It's super light and really small. This is the best combo and is our first God tier car. Now for the Supra. It's not really that good. It's heavy and big, which makes it slower and more stable. The stability is really nice, but the loss of speed ruins the car. This is our first C tier car. The AE86 Drift is next. Out of all the 86s, this is definitely the best one. It's nice and light, but randomly understeers for no reason, so in A tier it goes. Next is a truck. I never saw anybody using this, but it's genuinely an underrated car. It's really light and snappy and might be even faster and snappier than the MR2, but the only problem is you can't see anything because it's so big. If you're a first person user, definitely try this car out. It's easily a God tier car. The new Supra is bad, just bad. It's really big, it's heavier than the normal Supra and it hits the floor when you brake and it randomly understeers. This is truly the worst car in the game and it goes into the shit tier. The R34 is next and it feels similar to the Supra. It maybe feels a bit heavier, but overall it's nearly the same car, so another C tier. Next we have the NSX, which is also a nice light car for its size. It's wider than most cars, so it handles a bit differently. Definitely an A tier car. The FC is really nice as well. It feels as light as the MR2, but it feels slightly less stable on uphill. This is easily one of the God tier cars. The FC's brother, the FD, truly feels like its brother, slightly heavier and slightly wider. It's a good trade-off if the FC feels too unstable for you. It's a great A tier car. The Porsche is less eventful than you would expect. It feels nearly the same as the FD, but just a bit thinner, so it can sit next to it in A tier. Finally we have the Soleil, which isn't bad for the most expensive car, but it's not a God tier car. It's maybe slightly heavier than the MR2, but it's definitely bigger. This makes it just a bit lesser than the MR2 and goes into the A tier. Overall, I would say most of the cars feel pretty similar. It's mostly just preference. If I would put a rating on each of these tiers, I would say it's 10 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, 9 out of 10, and 8.5 out of 10, and like 3 out of 10. And if I see what other people are saying, like the manual users, the list could look entirely different. Like this is what Potato Man's list looked like, and you can see it's totally a different thing. Anyway, good luck finding a car, don't buy the new Supra, Good night and have fun.